Good morning. Every single one of us has incredible potential to achieve amazing things that we would really fucking like. To get to points in life that we would be really fucking happy and proud of. To achieve things that, we once thought were unbelievable. To get exactly what we actually want, not what we think is realistic, what we actually want. You want to be rich, right? You want to have you want to have a perfect wife. You want to be jacked. Now, what almost all of us are doing, probably you, is convincing ourselves that we don't have this potential so that we don't feel bad for not doing the hard work. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but you do have this potential. If you put in the hard work, you can absolutely achieve everything you want to. Absolutely, 100%. If you have the privilege to be here watching a YouTube video, you 100% have the resources to achieve all of those things that you want. You can get rich. And you might be trying to cope right now, but why are you doing that? Why are you trying to nerf yourself? Admit it to yourself. You could get rich if you devoted every day for the next 3 years to it. You could get rich. You could. But you don't want to, no. You wouldn't actually really enjoy that. You don't want to devote, no. You've got 3 years to enjoy. And then what? And the rest of your life being poor. I'm telling you, if we could all think completely logically and non-emotionally, we'd all be putting in the soul-crushing hard work to achieve as much of our potential as we could. You know this is what you want, to achieve your actual potential, to, by brute force, extract the most you can out of your life. Don't you dare fucking lie to yourself and say that it's not what you want or that you can't achieve it. How dare you do that fucking disservice to yourself? Your soul will be fucked forever. If you lie to yourself about your potential just so that you don't feel bad for not taking action, I guarantee right now you're doing this. You're actually trying to convince yourself that you don't want it, or that it's not possible, that this guy's talking shit and not everyone can get rich, it's about luck. Motherfucker, I'm gonna get rich. Alright? In 3 years, I'm gonna clip this video and fucking show you then. Because I wasn't afraid of doing the hard work, because I didn't fucking lie to myself about my potential. I'm talking to myself now in 3 years. I'm fucking doing this for you. I know what I can achieve. I'm putting in the work. And now you get to be rich. So you're fucking welcome. I hope this is making you upset, making you angry, making you think I'm arrogant. Because all those fucking emotions are coming from the fact that you are not putting in the work, and I am. If you knew with 100% confidence that you were right, that you couldn't achieve the things you really want, you're just unlucky, and that you actually don't want them, then you should be feeling no emotion from the things I'm saying right now. If your brain is giving you emotions right now of anger, or hopefully of excitement, ideally, that is your brain knowing what you can achieve, knowing that it's possible, and either feeding you emotions of shame because you're not doing the work, which makes you feel anger, or feeding you the emotions of excitement to motivate you to do the work because it knows that you believe you can actually achieve what you want. I'm 100% convinced that the only reason that anyone who's not a fucking retard in their right mind would think that they can't achieve their goals and their dreams is actually just to cope so that they don't feel bad for not working hard. Because obviously everything that we want to achieve takes hard work. Why would we not at least try? Because it's hard, right? Because it requires some hard work. So how the fuck are we, as unsuccessful people, supposed to distinguish whether or not we can actually become successful if our brain's stopping us from even trying in the first place? What if it so happens that every single person who actually tries does become successful? Because from everything that I've fucking heard, they do. And anyone who says that they tried and they didn't actually really try. Were they actually getting up at fucking 1 to 3 a.m. grinding on their business when they were still working a job? No. They weren't actually doing everything that it takes, and you're probably still coping now. Oh, that's ridiculous. That's no. Your own brain is ashamed of you. Your own mind and soul is ashamed of you. There are clear actions, clear steps that you can take to reach your potential. Everybody who reaches their potential will tell you this. You need to admit to yourself that you can achieve whatever you want, and you are not doing it because you're lazy, because you don't care enough. You have to admit this. There are people like me out there who are going to do what it takes because we want it bad enough. Either you want it bad enough and you start doing the work, or you're too lazy and you don't want it. That's just it. There's nothing wrong with admitting that you don't want it. I'm being genuinely serious. I'm not trying to be a dick here. You either want it and you will do the work, or you don't want it that bad enough and you won't do the work. There are so many people out there that have these goals, these dreams, and they convince themselves that they can't achieve it. That's a cope, because you know you're not going to do the work. You don't want it bad enough, so you may as well give up. But if you're anything like me, and you're still going to get fucking plagued by the thoughts of knowing what your potential actually is, you can cope for as long as you want, convincing yourself that people like me on this video are not going to become successful, that the people that do become successful just get lucky. Just know that you can achieve everything you want. You can absolutely reach your potential. But right now, you're coming up with every single idea you can to not reach it. I promise you the reason is that you're not willing to do the hard work. You know what it will take. You know you're not up for the challenge, so you're coming up with excuses. Excuses of why it's not possible, when really, your brain knows deep down that it's just about hard work. Alright, that's all. Goodbye.